I have a traveler notebook entry, and of course, like it says in the thumbnail, it is a teacup layout. This is my traveler's notebook that has all things Disney inspired. So let's get into it. I'm prepping my little space. I am putting a plain piece of paper under the page that I'm going to be using. I don't want the ink or anything to soak through. Speaking of ink, I will be inking up these stamps by Scraps and Inks. The Fantasyland stamp, I'm using the teacup one right here. I've gone ahead and prepped my notebook. Now I'm going to pull it out a couple of inks. I'm using complementary inks in a lighter and darker color because I want the teacup a certain color and the outline to be another. I'm using pinks, blues, purples, lavenders, and green, and I'm also pulling out later on a teal color that unfortunately it gets covered up. I wanted to kind of highlight the teal color in the Teacup Ride. The Teacup Ride, however, in Disneyland, I don't know if the Magic Kingdom is a little bit different. Never visited, but I plan to one day. So here's the teacup in its outline form. There you go. I mean the full color. The outline, I'm going to use a different stamp color. There you go. So you could see what I mean by the outline. Beautiful. I've gone ahead and eventually stamped a teal color, and it gets messed up. You'll see the color wasn't what I wanted, and unfortunately, well, I guess a fortunate event happened that it ended up getting covered up. Here's a teal. I didn't like the way it was looking. It wasn't the teal I wanted. It wasn't the outline color I wanted. It just kept getting worse and worse. But there's a fix. You'll see. Using It's a Fantasy paper pad by Social Paper Plan. Tina has an amazing lineup of papers and stamps as well that you should check her out. And ephemera matching those paper pads. Perfect. I love combining companies that have the same love of the parks as I do. So that is what inspired me here. And look at these beautiful pictures. And ain't I a great photographer? Just kidding, my sister's a photographer. She is the taker of all pictures. She knows angles and lighting. I know scrapbooking with them. So she takes a lot of the pictures that I scrap with from Disney. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? But the main event picture is this one right here. Take a look at this beauty. Isn't this adorable? Those get covered. Look at my niece. Oh, adorable. That is why I wanted to highlight teal a little bit, because of the teal spots in these pictures. Isn't it fun? Look at that. That face is genuine, pure joy. Anytime she sees balloons and the teacup ride, she loves those things. She's my heart. She's my joy. So that is the picture that inspired this entire layout. Isn't it cute? Look at that. Ugh, I can't get enough of her. I just want to smother her with kisses. So these pictures are giving me a hard time because I also want to highlight that teal teacup, and I couldn't get... I wanted to do something with it, but it wasn't going in my favor. So I had to come up with something. However, I wanted journaling also, and I'm going to make this picture into a journal secret. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like a pocket. I'm using Scraps and Ink teacup ride die. Look at this. Isn't it fun? It comes with the teacup, even the little where you turn, the little turning wheel where you spin the teacup. Ah, so cute. I'm cutting these teacups, as you can see right here. I'm also going to cut it off camera in pink and teal. So that's where my teal is going to come in. I've also did what I did kind of stamping with a complementary color in a different shade. There we go. And it's actually glittery, so it's a great way to add in the little detail. And then, of course, the little wheel turning in a silvery color. Adding some detail with my white pen because I can't do a layout without adding white. So I've gone ahead and cut a tag, and I want it to hide the journaling. So I'm just putting glue on 3 sides of that picture so it ends up kind of like a little pocket. while I wait for that to dry, I'm going to add the pictures to the layout here. Look at this. This is so much fun. And then the teal teacup, because I needed that feature. I don't know what it is, but I needed the feature of the teal teacup to shine through. Now I want to hide the journaling, and a great way to do that is to add in the teacups at the top to make it look like it's part of the layout. Here we go. Isn't this fun? I'm going to add that in really quick with some pop-up foam, and this is pretty much done in a sense. However, I want to decorate the inside of that tag. So let's open up this paper pad again, and it's all fantasy. You can see there's even other featured rides in that paper pad. Look at this. The teacups, and it's perfect. I went ahead and did journaling and printed that out. And measuring my teacup printed paper. And I'm just going to add that to the tag as well as the journaling. Isn't this turning out amazing? Also, that word fantasy at the bottom of the picture with my niece is also a stamp from the same stamp set, Fantasyland stamp set. It's perfect. Look at this. Super easy. I love it. Adding in the journaling and hiding that journaling in the photo pocket. Ugh, so fun. So eventually, once this is filled up, I will give it to my sister so her and her boys and her daughter can enjoy this book. But that's pretty much it. Isn't that a fun layout? Look at how that turned out. Easy stamping, dies. Ugh, I love it. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my obsession with my niece and Daisy. That's my daughter. My niece Julia and Disney. Ugh, as you can see, it turned out so cute. I love it. Until next time, bye!